Hey guys, what's going on? Kel back here once again, bringing you another Warhammer 40,000 related video, straight from the Warhammer community page. Today it's going to be something a little bit different. It's not a review, it's not hints and tips. All it is, there's an article come about called Necrons Through the Ages, going back to when the Necron models were very first released, looking at some old school models up to the new edition models. So I thought it'd be a good idea to go through and just do something a little bit different. Well, that's one reason we're doing the video today. Another reason is over the past 24 hours, there's been a lot of like new subscribers' names come up on YouTube. So YouTube has informed me what the names are. So we're going to give a quick shout out to the 4 names who have popped up. If I pronounce them wrong, I am sorry, but some people come up with some weird and wacky YouTube names. All right. So the first one is Noah Westergaard. Then we have Nicholas Cook. Then we have Justin Bryan. And then we have Georgia Hancock. Thank you very much, guys, for subbing to the channel. Me and Colin are massively appreciative of everyone's subs and likes and comments. There's been some fantastic comments going on throughout the whole month, throughout the past sort of 30 days coming in about all the videos we're doing, and lots of comments around things like Rumour Engine videos. About the ones yesterday, a lot of people saying there could be something Tyranidy, some people saying there could be Death Guard, but thank you very much. If you're new to 40k, we post Warhammer 40,000 content every single day. Normally hints, tips, reviews, painting videos, and this week we'll be doing our first battle report. Hopefully we're going to film it tomorrow, hopefully. But with that said, guys, let's do a very quick video about Necrons through the ages. So we all know that Necrons have been around for millions of years, but did you know just how long the Necron, when I get my teeth in, the Necron warrior has been around as a model for? Today we're taking a look back at its distant origins and how they have changed over the decades. If you're a bit rusty, this is the perfect place to start, and you don't even have to pass a capture to prove you're not a Necron. Okay, so let's have a quick look. We've got some really old school Necron. That might not mean that old school actually, that Necron artwork. Looks more recent than some of the stuff. Some of the stuff that came out in the early 90s was just like mental in nature. It looked like so like cyberpunky. It was ridiculous. We'll have a look and go see what's back. It's asked the question, when did the Necron models first come out? I remember them being out when I was like really young, when I was a kid, like 4 or 5 year old, like in the early 90s. I'm starting to wonder if they came out in the 80s. I don't know. But we have a chaotic beginning, and this is proper old school. Look at this guy. This is like one of the very first ever like Necron models. This is quality, guys. This is so old school. With like his massive gun and his metal body and what looks like skeletal toes and stuff like that. Oh man, this is great. And they used to have that little mark on the forehead that everyone thought they were like possessed by chaos and stuff, but that's quality. So the early 90s, were a confusing time. Necrons didn't yet exist, while Zotes roamed the galaxy with impunity. Then came along the boxed game Space Crusade, featuring Chaos Androids. Chaos Androids, okay. Technically, it's not a Necron warrior, but it has more than a few similarities. Evil-looking robot, check. Strange, historic weapon, check. These Chaos Androids were clearly the inspiration for the Necrons that would follow. As if that wasn't enough, their lore stated that they were created by squats who had turned to Chaos. Now here we have the first of many. For 8 years, Space Marines merrily gunned them down. For 8 years, Space Marines merrily gunned them down, my word. And were gunned down by Chaos Androids. And still no one had heard of the word Necron. Then came White Dwarf issue 217. And within its hallowed pages, we got our first glimpse of these mechanoids. And there we are. These are the first models I remember as a kid. These were the first Necrons. And everyone was just, oh, it's Terminator. It's Arnold Schwarzenegger. That's all people used to say about them. One of my friends, when I was growing up, had like one of the first ever like Necron armies that I ever saw, and it was so easy to build. You could be able to get like a full army painted over a weekend. It was just silver with like little bits of colour here and there. It was so easy to do. We were given hints about the mysterious Necron tier, and we learnt about the advanced repair systems of the Necron warriors. At the time, they only had 2 units in their army. Why can't I say that today? Necron warriors and scarabs. But frankly, they were so good, you only needed 2 units. There was even a special scenario where Imperial troops were trying to capture a mysterious Necron for the Inquisition to study. Tisk. They should just have bought a copy of White Dwarf, as it had free Necron model on the front cover. All right, okay, that's cool. I didn't realise that. The Necron warriors were already very tough to kill and could take out almost any target with their gauze flares, and they had to wait a month for reinforcements to arrive in White Dwarf issue 218, which included a Necron Lord and a Necron Destroyer. So these were the very first HQ, they were the HQ model and the Destroyer, respectively. Look how far the Necron Destroyer model has come. It's just like a tiny little tank, and look where we have today, the giant hovering masses of destruction. The Necron Lord hasn't actually changed that much in terms of design. It's just the detail that's gone up really. But the Destroyer's come a long way. As you can see, the Destroyer, there we go, has changed quite significantly since then. The Necron army would continue to grow with the addition of the Immortals as a hard-hitting infantry unit, and a name was given to the Necrons' mysterious disappearance once their numbers dwindled, phased out. Of course, for opponents, reducing them to 25% of their starting force was easier said than done. And then we have going green, when we got green plastic. When green plastic was introduced, this takes me back. This is so cool, man. I mean, do I miss the green plastic in the new models? I'm not sure. I don't know. I'll have to wait and get my hands on some and see how they look before I say that I miss the green plastic. These early Necrons were missing a certain something that since became associated with their warriors over the years. A new millennium saw an inaugural Necron Codex and the first range of Necrons in plastic. And there it was, the green plastic rods. It was on the Necron Lords, the Destroyers, the Anti-Psyker Pariahs, and there was even a massive green plastic crystal on top of the monolith there was. There we go. Look at the faces on the old Immortals. That's... Oh, looking at these, just look at... Right. So if you think about this as a whole, or like outside the box, look how far Games Workshop has come as a whole, right? Not just Necrons, Space Marines, the Tyranids. The Tyranids could do with more of an update, as some of the comments have said on the channel. Chaos, like Admech, all kinds. Look how far everything has come. And I honestly hope that it not only continues but accelerates. I hope that within the next sort of 12 months, every army gets a really good push at a revamp. Things like the Eldar, the Tyranids for sure need some love, and a whole host of other things. But I'm glad to say the Necrons have got some love in the new edition. Even the Necron Immortals had upgraded their guns to include the Magic Rod. Here's some more models as well. The stocky Immortal. Look at the shoulders. Look at the shoulders on the one on the left. And the thighs. You can tell he does squats. These were the days before Cryptex entered the game, and it's easy to see why. They were so busy putting green plastic rods onto the forces of Necrons that they just didn't have the time to actually fight. And then adding some character. The next Necron Codex would really bring the Necron Legions to life. Well, not really life, since they're still evil space robots, but you know what we mean. It would introduce a whole raft of new units that were still with us, including transports, flies, and Necrons on jetbikes. Just like this. Cool looking, with the hunched over, with the Gauss cannon, the blades on the side. These are really, really cool. The Necrons, when you look at it on an article like this, just how far they've come is really good. It's glad to say that they didn't get phased out, because there was a time when the Necron army, when they brought it in, they were and ahhing in Games Workshop whether or not the Necron army would last, and whether or not they would survive and turn into a full army, and whether they would just go the distance like the Zorts did. So that's what you get for using the word shambling in vain. The new codex also introduced named characters for the first time. Now, Imhotep the Stormlord could command your legions of Necron warriors, and it was good to see him following the fashions of the first Necron Lord model by wearing a segmented cape. And here we have the first proper named character, and that's what I mean by the cape, when it hasn't come very far. But the detail obviously got a million times better. The power's got a million times better. It was just when it got released, I thought, could you not have given it a slightly bigger base, just a little bit, just to get them so the feet weren't hanging over the side. But it was easy to kit bash with a slightly bigger diameter base. So the various Necron dynasties were also explored, meaning that we got to see what happened if you painted over the green plastic rods, like this one with the orange colour. I always liked this colour scheme with the orange on the Reaper cannons, the Gauss Reapers and stuff like that. This always looked better than the green to me. It doesn't come up very often, but I don't know whether it's me. There's just something about it. Any comments below, guys? What colours have you seen in the past that's better than green, or are you all a fan of the green rods? Let me and Cottle know. It was also the start of the phasing out of the rod, though. A new Necron Immortals kit not only ditched the green plastic, but it also introduced Tesla weaponry alongside Gauss. And those are cool. The sort of ice blue effect. One of my favourite colours, ice blue. Ice blue and white. Great colour scheme to put together. Over the next few years, we'd see a new codex that brought in incredible Necron formations and rules for fielding some of the more famous dynasties. We delved deeper into the history of the Necron tier and their relationship with the Catan star gods. Throughout it all, the Necron warriors kept their green plastic rods, even as the Immortals and Necron lords were getting rid of theirs to try and keep up with the latest fashions. Here we have Dominating New Era, and these are new ones. Such good looking models, so good. I can't wait for the technical paints to come out for the green glowing effect and stuff, and the brass. These are on the perfect size bases, perfect amount of detail for me for the warriors, with little bits missing here and there. Cracking infantry unit, and I think Games Workshop have really hit the mark when it comes to the new Necron warriors. Which brings us to the present and the Indominus box set. The new plastic Necron warriors may have put away their green plastic rods for the last time, but they are still the super tough robotic killing machines that we first met back in 1998. In fact, they still even have the combat blade on their weapons that we first saw on the Chaos Android. Fear not if you do like things that are green and glowing, though, because alongside with Indominus we're releasing a new paint, Tesseract Glow. I've had a quick look at that, and it's a lovely looking paint, and I hope it's easy to use. That will achieve that eerie green glow for your phalanxes. And here we have some of the old school art. This is the old school Necron stuff. So cool to see this. Proper space techno, warriors. They're so cool. If you've ever seen the film Heavy Metal, it came out in the late 80s, I think, which is an animated film, but it's got loads of metal tunes in at the time. Go and check it out, and once you've seen it, you'll know exactly what I mean. Heavy Metal, guys. And even with the little cyber rat. What is that? What is that meant to be, for God's sake? So, what are your memories of the Necron warriors? Did you ever have any Chaos androids join us on the Warhammer 40,000 Facebook page and tell us all about your experiences. But because you're already here, guys, we're having such fun doing this one. Leave your comments here on 40call. We respond to every single comment and we love reading them. Some of them are really detailed and really, really good. So please leave as many comments as you can. If you're new to the channel, like I said at the beginning, we post Warhammer 40,000 content every single day, just like this, and news, hints, tips, reviews, painting videos, and battle reports. So like the video. If you think we've done a good job, go back and watch some of the old videos and subscribe, guys. We recently hit 100 subscribers and up to like 110 or something now, I think. It's really good, really positive. So massive thank you to everyone who subscribed now, and massive thank you to everyone who subscribes in the future. Okay? But that's it, guys. Let me and Call know your comments. This is Kel signing out for 40call, saying stay safe, look after each other, and until next time, guys, we'll see you all later.